So for our first example, we have a side angle side example. I know it's a side angle side triangle because I know two sides and one angle. I know the 2, and then I know the 2 times square root of 3, and I know that this angle right here, this is a right angle, so I know it's equal to 90 degrees. I know two sides and one angle. Side, angle, side. So the procedure for solving this kind of triangle is first to find the hypotenuse. Let's find out what this hypotenuse is. So Pythagorean theorem says that the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of the sum of the sides. So we have the square root of 2 squared plus 2 times the square root of 3 squared. That's going to simplify to 4 plus 12, and that simplifies to the square root of 16, which is just 4. Nice even number, that's nice. So the hypotenuse is equal to 4. Wonderful. That's not a good color for that. Let me do this color. So now that I know the hypotenuse, I could use pretty much any trig function to solve for one of the angles. So I'll solve for angle A, and I'll use the trig function that's going to give me the nicest numbers, and that's going to be the trig function that uses this 2 and that uses this 4. So that's going to be, if I'm solving for angle A, that's going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. So sine. So let's do the sine of A equals the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is 2 over 4. 2 over 4 is also equal to 1/2. So let's just reduce that fraction right now. To solve for angle A, what we learned from the last module is that we need to use the inverse function. So I'll do the inverse sine of the ratio, which is 1/2, to find out what the angle is. Now, some of you might know this by heart, but I'm going to go to my calculator and do the inverse sine of 1/2. So I'll press my second key and do the inverse sine of 1/2, which is 0.5. That equals 30 degrees. Great. So angle A, let me say this is equal to angle A. Angle A equals 30 degrees. And then to solve for angle B, all we have to do now is subtract angle A from 90 degrees, which this is equal to 90 minus 30. That equals 60 degrees. So let me summarize my information maybe over here to the left. So the hypotenuse equals 4. Angle A, and I'll do a little angle symbol there. Angle A equals 30 degrees, and angle B equals 60 degrees.